What is up, Frickos and Forgets, and welcome back to the Arctic. Now, 2020 has already been an incredibly hectic year, okay? And every time we think to ourselves, oh my god, it couldn't possibly get any worse, the universe chuckles, says hold my beer, and then it drops its pants and proceeds to crap in our mouths. But what I'm about to show you may just be the magnum opus of 2020's fuckery. And I know a few other YouTubers have already talked about this, but I feel like more people need to know about this. More people need to know about this so more people know to avoid it at whatever cost necessary. And I mean whatever cost necessary. Like, if you have to either punt an infant 60 yards or watch this show, you're gonna want to punt that infant. The show I'm talking about is Attaway General. Yet another hospital drama that nobody asked for. However, Attaway General does introduce a new element that sets it apart from Grey's Anatomy, or Chicago Med, or The Good Doctor, or The Resident, or New Amsterdam, or Scrubs. Just please stop making hospital dramas. In no world should open heart surgery be good television. But I got off track, right? The new element, that's right. So Attaway General does introduce a new element that does set it apart from the gajillion other hospital dramas, alright? And that new element, alright, and so the thing that sets it apart is that all of those other shows, right, they did this thing where they hired actors and actresses to do the acting in their shows, and that's just so old-fashioned, you know? Nobody wants to see that. And Attaway General, they recognized this, and they thought to themselves, yeah, people don't want to see actors and actresses acting, no. What people want to see are TikTok influencers acting. And what we'll do after that is to fill in the rest of the cast. We'll just bribe the homeless people outside of our studio with Subway sandwiches. And then, for writing the script, we'll hire somebody who's never even been inside of a hospital. No, we'll hire somebody who's never even interacted with another human being before. Now that is good television. Oh god, it's so bad. It might just be the worst television show I've ever seen in my entire life. And I feel pretty confident saying that despite only watching the first episode. But now, let's take a look at that first episode together. So, as any high-stakes hospital drama starts, Attaway General opens up with an advertisement for Just Dance 2020.
Today's premiere of Attaway General is brought to you by Just Dance 2020.
And I remember when I first watched this clip, and I thought to myself, oh, Christ almighty, this show is going to be so bad. Because I didn't even believe the advertisement. Okay, I don't know who decided that talking while also being attractive is what acting is, but it's not. Anyway, the show introduces us to its main cast, which is this frame right here, and everybody in the shot is a TikTok influencer. At least that's what I've been told. Quick, everybody do an incredibly poor job at acting so that I can confirm without a shadow of a doubt that you are TikTokers. Go! First, this chick is supposed to be writing in a book, but her pen never moves from that spot on the page. This girl reacts with a little too much enthusiasm after being told she's giving clerical work. And Just Dance over here thinks that rolling your eyes is a character trait. Alright, after running a few tests, just as I suspected. The acting is so ridiculously bad that they must be TikTokers. And the only thing that makes bad acting worse is a bad plot. Basically, the show centers around the four people in the back there, two of which you want to be there, and two of which you don't. Real riveting and groundbreaking stuff here. Anyway, that group of four split up into groups of two, alright? Each group comprised of one person who wants to be there and one person who doesn't want to be there. What a plot twist. Kit and Georgia are both sent off to the shed to get supplies. Georgia is the girl from the Just Dance ad, and she's famous on TikTok because her sister is famous on TikTok for doing 15-second dances. So she's basically twice removed from talent, right? Because being a TikTok influencer is already a pretty talentless title. But she only got that title because her sister was a TikTok influencer. So, naturally, the extent of her acting is, again, just rolling her eyes. However, never fear, the script comes to her rescue, offering us a little bit more character development, revealing to us that Georgia is none other than the daughter of renowned Dr. Henry. Now, who is Dr. Henry, you may ask, and why is he renowned? That's a pretty good question. I'm asking it too, because the show didn't provide an answer. Anyway, the scene ends with Kit walking out of the shed in a huff while Georgia reads a magazine, because that's something teenagers still do.
Well, that's mutual.
If you're so advanced, why don't you go scrub in? Leave me be.
Maybe I will.
The show then takes us to the other two characters, whose names are Jack and Rosie. You know, like Jack and Rose from the Titanic. If you're gonna steal names, it's generally advised not to use the names of the most famous couple in cinema history. That being said, the names were the only thing that was stolen, because this man certainly did not get Leonardo DiCaprio's charisma.
So, why did you volunteer to work at a hospital?
I got arrested. Beats juvie.
I don't believe for a second, alright, that this character is a street-hardened criminal, alright? If somebody asked me to guess what crime he had committed, the best thing I'd be able to come up with is counterfeiting My Little Pony stickers. Alright, that is the extent to which any sort of bad boy vibes radiate from this character. However, the script is completely undeterred by the fact that the character playing the criminal looks like he wet his bed until the age of 12, and...
What about you?
I just love to help people.
For real?
Ooh, he's really giving off those bad boy vibes now. Helping people? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Helping people? Oh, I'm dying. Oh, that actually, I almost... Anyway, then this.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, there are two things about that scene I want to address. Alright, first, he is so bad at acting. He makes Tommy Wiseau look like an acting savant. He makes the shit I just flushed down the toilet 30 minutes ago look like a Grammy-winning performance. And, second, we're never told what in the hell that white goo that splattered all over the window was. And we have to remember that we're in a hospital, right? And so the assumption is that that came out of a patient. Alright, and there are two possible options, alright? Either A, somebody had the most grotesque pimple ever seen, or B, one of the patients pulled a Louis C.K. Anyway, the show takes us back to Kit, and...
Hey, do you work here?
Sure do. What do you need?
My doctor, she took me back here forever ago, and she hasn't come back yet.
Sorry, but it's really busy right now.
I'm just, I'm a little worried right now because I'm losing a lot of blood.
Apparently all the doctors in this hospital are actually undercover Applebee's waiters. Oh, you're bleeding out? We're a little busy right now, but we'll be with you as soon as possible. It sounds to me like Attaway is on its way to a lawsuit. Anyway, Kit solves Holden's little bleeding out problem with a few ace bandages, and then the show flips us back to Jack and Rosie.
Oh, if you don't mind me asking, what did you do to get arrested?
In prison, you're never supposed to ask about the crime.
I mean, yeah, okay. In prison, sure. But you're not in prison. You were in the pediatric ward of a hospital, and the only iron bars in sight are the braces in your mouth. See, the people in charge of casting, they did something really spectacular with Jack, right? See, a lot of films and a lot of shows do this thing called typecasting, right? In which they cast people based on the appropriateness of their appearance for the role, right? So, you cast somebody that looks the part. But Attaway General, in its continual trek to upset the medium and give us something new and fresh, hits us with the reverse typecast, in which they cast somebody that looks nothing like the role they're supposed to play. They read the script and were like, you need a criminal? We'll cast somebody that nobody would ever believe is a criminal right away. It's genius, really.
Come on, dude. You're the last one. You have to eat. Hey, don't ignore me.
Hey, Jack, maybe try a gentler approach.
Hey, that's mine!
Eat your food.
What are you doing? You can't just force him. Here, let me try. Stevie, sweetie, you need to eat to get big and strong and feel better.
No!
After watching Artemis Fowl on Disney Plus, I had lost all faith in child actors. That kid right there, he restored my faith. Granted, if Dr. Henry suddenly showed up and literally took a shit directly onto the camera, I would applaud it for being the greatest bit of acting I had seen in this show thus far. Basically what I'm getting at is, of course, this kid's performance looks good because he's surrounded by people who can't act. In fact, Jack strikes me as the kind of guy who forgets how to breathe sometimes. I'm being really tough on Jack. Whoops.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Don't come any closer.
I don't think that's gonna hurt anyone.
Depends where I put it.
I guess, yeah. If somebody shoved a spray bottle up my dick, I'm sure it would hurt. But what's currently hurting me the most right now is my brain, alright? All cylinders are currently firing as I'm trying to comprehend this scene. Why? What? She fell asleep in a supply closet and then felt threatened when somebody came into the supply closet to get supplies. Huh?
I had a reason to be in here. Some of us have work.
Am I supposed to congratulate you?
If you want to.
Did the Kids Bop version of Grey's Anatomy just romanticize sexual harassment? Oh. Yeah, just as I suspected. See, my rapey vibes meter, it only goes up to a 10, but it says right here that scene was clocking an 11. Right, so at this point we go back to Kits, who's dealing with this girl who's got third-degree burns, and...
Now don't worry about hurting her. Good, minute longer. And we're in. Keep up the rescue breaths. Hey, good job.
Kit,
Kit, I'm Dr. Henry.
I know, you're amazing. I read your book. It was amazing, and that was...
Yeah, amazing.
Dr. Henry's book must be the most well-crafted piece of propaganda ever conceived, alright? Because Kit is straight up brainwashed, alright? Alright, that patient needs skin grafts. And Dr. Henry's like, well, I guess I could give her a little bit of morphine, because if she can't feel the pain, the injury's not there, right? And Kit's like, that's amazing! It's awe-inspiring, really. The way you completely neglected the injury. You're the greatest doctor to ever live. Anyway, after this scene, they all start wrapping up, and
To help save this girl with third-degree burns, it was crazy.
While you guys are patting yourselves on the back, your patients are still in critical condition.
well, duh. The most prestigious doctor working at this hospital is treating third-degree burns with a syringe. And even if the doctors were competent, okay, nobody comes back from critical condition in 1 day's worth of volunteer work. Anyway, that's how this first episode ends. And oh god, it's just so bad. But Frickles and Forgets, as bad as it is, I'm feeling pretty hype, alright? Because whenever I stumble across like a really bad film, for instance, I'm like, yes! Content! But this is a whole show. Alright, there are episodes upon episodes of straight garbage for me to make fun of. Then all of you guys at home can make fun of it with me. Until next time, stay safe, Frickers and Forgets.